It's your boy Sam Kumalo. You're tuned to DaveytonTV. Hashtag we're doing it ourselves. And you're watching the #1 TV show, Lalela, a show that focuses on inspiring the youth for a better tomorrow. Namuhla I'm with my guest. Hey man, he's so many things. He's a jack of all trades. He's an author, he's a writer, he's a freelancer CEO.
SEO.
Hey, oh SEO.
Yeah,
sorry. SEO writer. So namuhla uzobe asithatha to his journey of how did he go to write the book. So stay tuned with DaveytonTV namuhla as we bring it all raw unto you. Sir Mthokozisi, unjani? I'm fine, thanks. I'm kicking kahle kahle. Yabona if ukudla kahle kahle was a person akuzoba yimi. Nendlela engidelicious ngayo. Ngiyakutshela baba. We're glad to have you on DaveytonTV namhlanje. Mthokozisi Nkosi, the author. Hey man, hey. What are you not? Ngoba you have so many things.
What I'm not is what I haven't learned yet.
Beautiful. It's a push.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, stay tuned as we bring it all raw unto you. So Mthokozisi, tell us who you are.
Okay, Mthokozisi Nkosi is a young man from Mpumalanga province. I grew up between two small towns, Fort Crust and Perdekop. Yeah, so then I only came to stay in Joburg with my father in the year 2000. Yeah, as I was about to go to be a high school. Yeah, so Mthokozisi, today I'm a self-published author of a book called Step Out of Your Comfort Zone and Start Living Your Dream. And I'm a freelance SEO writer. We're probably going to talk about that later on. Yes, but probably most people know me as Black Zuba.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I started out as a rapper. Yeah, I still do rap and I still produce music. And yeah, that's what most people knew me as. That's what most people still call me today.
Okay.
So,
but we can he's on Black Zuba.
Yeah.
We have him in the building today. We bring you raw content. Remember, we are global TV, but yet acting local. So, Mthokozisi, you wrote something and said, believe you can, then act on it. And you will.
Yes. So that's my personal mantra in life. It says believe you can, then act on it, and you will. And I live by this mantra because I believe nothing will happen in your life until you believe in yourself and believe that anything that anyone can achieve is possible for you too as well. But you will not be able to progress if you don't act. Let's say you want to go to Daveyton Mall right now, and then you sit here and say, I want to go to Daveyton Mall, but you don't move. You don't have money taxi, but you let that stop you from moving. But there was, which if ungathathi walk manje uthi ngiya eDaveyton Mall, mhlawumbe ungatholi lift endleleni and someone takes you there. So the acting part, that's where it comes in. If you don't act, who is going to help you if they don't see you acting?
Beautiful.
You need to work.
Yes.
Then you will achieve anything you act on.
Mina ndiyamuva ingazi ke wona ukuthi lapha ekhaya uyamuzwa ke na Mthokozisi Nkosi namuhla. Mina what I'm saying is start today, because if you wait for tomorrow will never come. The right time is today. Mthokozisi, my guy, then take us to a journey of you being a motivator, being the author, being the freelancer, SEO writer, and you being a rapper. It's amazing. This is critical. It's critical. Wow.
So I will try and cut this long story short so that you get to understand. So at first I grew up as a very talented young man because in high school, in primary school, I used to like drawing. And I also heard my uncle play hip-hop music at a very young age. And I got interested into that music. And I asked him, what is that music you're playing, uncle? And the mother would tell me, this is Tupac. And at that time, there was this song, Tribe, a South African group called Tribe, Diba Diba. I don't know if you know that song. I asked Diba Diba.
Sure.
There was this guy who rapped fast on that group. So I wrote down his lyrics. and started mimicking him, miming his lyrics and practicing. And I got interested into this writing process.
Okay.
Then when I moved to Johannesburg, then I started seeing people doing cypher, street corners, and doing hip hop shows.
Yeah.
And I started attending those. Then I wrote my first verse in grade 8. Then I performed it for my friend who I was sitting with in a desk. That's when the music began. Then I started learning how to produce and record my own music because I couldn't afford to pay someone else to record my music. So I decided to buy a PC and a simple mic, and then I started recording and making my own beats. Then I got into a leadership program back in 2009. That's when I got inspired about this journey of writing books and motivational speaking. Because I got into a very heated argument with my father. Because I felt that my father was never there for me. So now at that time when we were sitting, the Celestofini, and he told his girlfriend then he was there for us, and he was sending money to my aunt. But then all I could remember was me going to school barefoot, going to school in Mthokozisis. Back in the day in winter, I would go to school. I
could imagine that.
So I grew up with that anger towards him and a lot of resentment towards him. So when he said that, it's like when you fill a balloon with air, you fill it up to its limit, and then eventually what will happen to that balloon? It will explode. So I felt that my balloon exploded that time because he was telling these lies, and then I got more angry, and then I disagreed with him, and he didn't like that, and he ended up disowning me. Because our parents, when you talk back to them, they have this thing, you are disrespecting them if you talk back to them. If you don't talk back again, they say you are disrespecting them. So I don't know. So I decided to stand up to my father. And then he decided to disown me, and he kicked me out of his place.
So what was going through your mind with my own biological father? He's doing that too.
Because I asked him, okay, are you sure you are kosher very much? And he said, okay, I'm not Satan. Because I was a quiet and shy person growing up. And then he said, all along because was Satan. But he didn't realize that was me coming out. That was me setting myself free from the anger towards him. But I decided to and then I stayed for 1 month, and but there was this little voice that kept whispering in my ear, Mthokozisi, get out. This guy told you you're no longer his son. Why are you still around? This is what stops most people from moving forward. Because if I move out, because my father is doing everything for me now. But that was not me then. I just packed my bag full of clothes and moved into an empty room with a heart full of hope. That's where my journey of stepping out of my comfort zone began. And then there were challenges I had to face then, before even the book was at that time.
But that's so tragic. That's so bad. Now again, ma'am, what we're saying today is take responsibility, take full responsibility. Now you want them to face what you faced. This is so bad. Now you picking your bags. Now now the little voice. So going forward, what's going to happen with and the man of Josie, I was
So at that time I was getting a stipend 1,800 from the leadership. And then I thought, okay, if I move out, to rent a room, it costs 700. Already, if I take that 700 out, I'll be left with 1,100. Remember, I walked out with my bag. I didn't take a bag, I didn't take anything that my father bought for me, and went out into my own. It's like that Bible verse here, Abraham, get out of your place, now put it in a corner and go somewhere, and I will show you the way more figure. So I did the same thing. I said I will know the way when I get there. Then I walked into that empty room, I started hustling, and then I remember friends leaving me. I remember calling some of my family members for help. Nobody helped me. You know? So I realized I'm on my own now. That's when life threw me outside of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Because I was comfortable with my father, but I had the courage to go out there and be uncomfortable. So it was a challenge for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm in a relationship program. To cut a long story short, to get to another point, I started realizing when I was working, because there's this story. I took a chair from someone's desk at the office where I was working. And then that person came to me and said, Mthokozisi, can I please have my chair back? Okay, all the chairs in the office looked alike. They were the same. And I said to him, what's ganjani uthi isitulo sakho lesi? Athi kimi ungazongitshela Mtho, I've been working for this company for 15 years. But okay, this guy felt so comfortable on this chair that he started feeling like he was part of the furniture now. So I gave him this chair. Then I realized most people are so comfortable at their jobs. They don't even think about their dreams and goals anymore. They are just working to help someone fulfill their dreams, and they don't realize it. Because Jim Rohn, they call him the father of personal development and motivation. Jim Rohn once said, if you were working for a company for like 10 years, let's say with my friend, my ex-colleague, 15 years, and in those 15 years, you've never read a book, you've never developed yourself, that's personal development, you've never learned any new skill, you've never taken and absorbed any new idea and started applying in your life, you've never studied, and you've never applied for another job, that means when you don't have 15 years work experience, because research shows that it only takes 1 year to master a job. 1 year. So if when you have 15 years work experience, you claim to have 15 years work experience, and in those 15 years you've never done anything to develop yourself, that means, remember, it takes 1 year. That means when you have 15 years work experience repeated 15 times. Because you're doing the same thing every year.
Beautiful. Mtanasekhaya, uyayizwela from the horse's mouth ukuthi Mthokozisi utshela konke namuhla. Develop yourself, read books, find people that will help you along the journey of you growing, progressing in life. Kodwa, what I want to say to you, it's progress. Progress is there to show you ukuthi empilweni what has changed and what have you gained. Kepha what you should know ukuthi dreams never expire, purpose never expire. Regarding what position you are in, they never expire. So now there's this baby, there's this baby stepping out of your comfort zone and starting your dream. And then Lapant, it says your comfort zone could be the death of you. How did the concept come about? Because it's so beautiful. So beautiful.
Okay, this book actually started as a speech I delivered at our Toastmasters International Club. Because I was an active member of Toastmasters International. Toastmasters is an organization that teaches you communication skills and as well as leadership skills. So in Toastmasters, there's these manuals that we do. The first one is called the CC manual, the Competent Communicator manual. You have to deliver 10 speeches, and then after you deliver those 10 speeches throughout the year, you get an award, the Competent Communicator Award. That means you can now communicate. And so if it wasn't for Toastmasters, I wouldn't be this kind of Mthokozisi you know now, because I grew up shy and I couldn't even start a conversation with anyone. So I did a speech called Kicked Out of My Comfort Zone. That's where I told the story of my father kicking me out of his house and where I started finding myself and working on my dream. So I got a standing ovation for that speech. So as time went by, watching some of my colleagues, I realized that most people were not happy at their jobs. They were doing jobs that they hate. Like you know that someone hates their job when they have to wake up in the morning and prepare to go to work. the first thing they do, I did this myself when I was working. That's why I have the experience, because I would hit the snooze button 3 to 4 times before I jump out of bed. Why? I didn't like waking up to that place. So most of my colleagues would complain that, hey, I hate my job. Some of them would even say, I hate my boss. Then when you ask them, why don't you quit or resign and find a job that you love? They would respond with something like, love doesn't pay bills. It's either they are too old to learn a new skill, or too young to learn a new skill. If you refer a book to some of my age members, they would say, you know, Mthokozisi, I'm not the book type. And that's the reason why most people are not growing today, because they don't want to learn new skills, because they think once you reach a certain age, education stops. Education never stops, and the mind develops as you train it. And how do you train it? By reading books, absorbing new information every day. And the mind grows with your age. When you grow, your mind doesn't grow old. The older you grow, the fresher your mind becomes. So
myself, I'm motivated. I can hear it from Mthokozisi Nkosi. Speaking of moving out of your comfort zone, because that's where you will go. You will die instead in your comfort zone. So now the book, I'm on page 10. You say step out of your comfort zone. Then this title that you said, move out of your comfort zone. You can only grow if you are willing to feel awkward and uncomfortable when you try something new. So, is this a blueprint into some saying to someone else, man, you can get this and then you can move out of your comfort zone? Or this is an inspiration of to say, if you wanna move, that you can try.
Okay, it's both the blueprint and the inspiration. Because as I start with my story. If you can look at the book, it starts with my story. And then the second chapter, I only wrote the second chapter when I decided to resign from my job. Because I wouldn't have written that chapter if I stayed or remained in that job. You see? So this is the blueprint, because most people who have read the book tell me that it's the most powerful book they've ever read. One sister told me that she cried just reading that first story, my story. So it's a blueprint, and it will inspire you, it will help you conquer those fears. It will challenge you.
Jesus! Amen. DaveytonTV, hashtag we're doing it ourselves, and you're watching #1 TV show. So okay, my guy, there's a lot. What message do you have for that person? I'm from bad, and I want to be that speaker. I want to be that writer. I want to be that guy who will stand out for themselves and face the world. You fear eats me up. Your confidence I don't have, and I'm now used to this thing with play till corner, cheesy corner, everything is there, but now I have to move to this world that I don't know. That is bitter.
Yes. Okay, the first thing I would say is that you will never know unless you try. How can you fear something you have not tried? Most people say, I'm afraid this will happen to me, but you don't know, because you've never tried it. For instance, if you want to write a book, or maybe you want to be a musician or an artist, stop listening to negative people. Stop listening to people who are afraid of following their own dreams, because they will only teach you what they know, how to fear your own dreams. Because one thing I can close with is the purpose of a friend in life is to take you from where you are to where they are. And if you wanna know where your life is going or where you're going, just look at the 5 people you spend most of your time with. Jim Rohn again said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. Look at those 5 people. Where are they? What do they talk about? Because if you're not careful, you will be the 6th one. If you are the smartest one in your group, find a new group. You can only learn from someone a little bit smarter than you or more successful than you are. Find a mentor.
Find a mentor. Find someone to inspire you. Find someone to look at, and aim high so that when you fall among the stars. And learning is continuous. We learn, we relearn, we continue learning. Have a teachable heart. ngoba if you don't, then it's hard for someone to teach you. So sifalanga this chapter with chapter number 11. Life lessons for your journey. Defeat is not the worst of failures. Not to have tried the future. The true failures. I think you're doing is defeat is not the worst of failures. Not to have tried is the true failure. I was well. Ungazami, that's true failure. yeah. No, Mthokozisi siyabonga for honoring our invitation. Ubanathi la ku DaveytonTV. Yeah, thanks a lot. I believe bantwana basekhaya, you should get this. You should get this. Step out of your comfort zone and start living your dream. So, where can they get the book?
Okay, if you want a copy of my book, there's a website. My website, Mthokozisi.com, and you complete it. There's an online form that you can complete. My contact details are all there, and everything. Just contact me, and I send it to you because I'm a self-published author. You place an order, and then I courier it to you.
So your social media handles?
Okay, my social media handles, both Twitter and Instagram, is at Mr. Nkosi. Mr. Nkosi, and then my Facebook page, Mr. Nkosi Motivation. Yes, facebook.com/Mr. Nkosi Motivation. The rest is on my website, Mthokozisi.com.
If you feel good, connect then you have the social media handles. Now, on your screen, you'll get to contact here and then umbuze more about what you want to know, because he's all here for you. And not as DaveytonTV, we bring all raw unto you. Sam Kumalo, tune to DaveytonTV. # we're doing it ourselves. Do follow us. Like our page on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on YouTube. We are there. We are DaveytonTV. # we're doing it ourselves. Acting global, yet we are local. Sam Bolazi on Instagram and on Facebook. It's Sam Kumalo. Yeah, and do follow us and share our content. Can't you guess which is the Radio Vuta? Yeah, you can check it on YouTube, Radio Vuta. Ziyabuya like how we do more, and we want to bring it more raw unto Mthokozisi for sharing us this journey of yours, and I believe that they'll be motivated, as am I, because I feel like I can go out, you know. So thank you and shalom.